McHale.
All right, welcome back, everybody. The podcast is called The Open Secret.
Oh, no.
And here we're joined today by Maren.
Hi, I'm Maren.
And we're once again
Hi,
rejoined
Maren.
by...
Levi and Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy.
And so we got Maren on the podcast today. We have a really fun story to tell you guys about. Really fun story, but we need to establish a context. So, Maren, tell me about your band.
Okay, so my band is called Lilypatch. We're pretty recently formed, you know. We play rock music, one might say. And yeah, we did a show at Levi's house here.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of opening for you guys.
Yeah.
And that was fun. I got to be the secret opener.
Secret opener.
I was the secret opener the whole time. But we had a really eventful night the night of that show, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. Like, go ahead, Levi.
Just to set the stage, it was a Halloween party.
After
Concert.
Halloween, it was like November 12th.
Yeah, but we told everyone to come dressed as in Halloween costumes.
So the late Halloween party is a deep-seated tradition.
But also the theme was
Maybe I was at that Halloween party. I don't know.
The Long Halloween is a great Batman comic.
Yes,
so
it is. We talked about it with Grant.
Yeah, but it was a Batman themed.
Yes.
It was a
Yes, it
Batman-themed,
was.
Halloween-themed party.
Mm-hmm.
I got some bat decorations at Michael's. They were on sale because it was after Halloween. That was a really nice.
Perfect time to have a Halloween party if you want to get your decorations for cheap. Just don't do it at Halloween time.
Perfect time to make the Bat Cave.
Yeah.
Plus, it doesn't conflict with anyone else's parties.
Bro, I didn't even realize
Right.
that you tried to make the basement look like
I didn't.
I
Wait.
That was
Oh,
didn't
I
try
was
to make it look like the
today
Batcave.
years old.
No, I didn't. I hung up some bats, though, for sure.
it
Damn.
was the Bat Cave.
we
Big
should've
brain.
capitalized on that
Functionally.
earlier. Let's capitalize on it now.
I mean,
Bat
I
Cave.
I
did.
mean, we have the Batmobile outside too.
Yeah, we do have the Batmobile outside.
Damn.
How
Well, I
moody
think that's
pulling
just
up in the
made up.
Bruce Wayne.
Maren one time actually got a bat in her house, and her landlord had to come and get it out with a
Wait.
handle.
Yeah, it sounds like a funnier story than it is.
Wait,
so.
sidebar, I also have a bat story and a landlord who did not do anything about it. It was last fall. It was like a year coming up, actually. It was a year in November, so a little past a year. I had a bat in my house, and I lived alone in this house. And I texted my landlord, and I was like, yo, like, I think there's a bat in the house. Like, what do I do? Like, can you do something? Because, like, I don't want to touch a bat. So she's like, oh, can you take a picture of it? And I'm like, what's that going to do? And I was like, no, I know where it is and everything. And she's like, okay, let me know if it keeps happening. It was literally in my fucking hallway. I couldn't go out in the bathroom. And I was like, I lived alone. Like, I didn't have any roommates to, like, ask me to help. The only people I was hanging out with at the time were, like, I'd come over here sometimes. But, like, that was it. Scary shit. And that bat, like, ruined my life for, like, the last, like, 3 weeks of the semester. It controlled when I went to sleep, when I could go to the bathroom.
It was, like, in there that whole time?
Yeah, and it was, like, then I got it into, like, the room I was using as my office. But the thing was, I had, like, everything in there, and it was dark in there all the time, which is why I think the bat was there, but then it was just there.
You
'Cause
didn't
it was-
try any of, like, the bat getting tricks?
I burnt a candle. I thought that might do something, or I put a mirror in the hallway too.
What is? It's not a vampire.
Well,
Like, it's a.
they
it's
say
a
I read that
rising
bats
rate
don't
of-
like mirror.
They don't.
Because of, like, vampires.
Oh.
Or maybe that's why vampires don't show up in mirrors.
Well,
Maybe it's the other way
Oh.
around.
Doves can conceive through a mirror.
What do you mean they can conceive through?
fuck?
a
They
mirror?
can they don't. It has to be in the presence of another dove, but a mirror will suffice.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Like,
No, like actually.
What
Wait,
that
hold
doesn't
on,
no
no.
like
no,
No, like-
doves do not reproduce asexually.
Well, no, but like they don't ovulate or something like
That has
forget
nothing
the
to do with
exact-
mirrors.
Yeah, it does because it has to be around another dove or the reflection of it,
Levi,
Okay,
what
so
the
like a
fuck are you
natural
talking
forming
about?
mirror
or
that's gonna
an
be there to.
actual mirror. But yeah, or another mirror.
What do you mean a natural mirror? What the fuck is a
Water.
natural
Wait,
mirror?
hold on. Maybe it's like
Water,
a
glass,
scientific
something
thing.
dark.
So
Like when they try to like impregnate the dove, like scientifically,
What would happen
the
if-
only way
are they
like,
watching themselves?
actually works is when they can see another dove.
Yes.
Okay, that kind of makes a little bit more sense.
Look it
I
up.
thought you were implying like doves reproduce
They s-
asexually.
They self.
Oh, I get it now. All right,
So
cool.
they can get like turned on by themselves.
Essentially.
Yeah, and they have to be in that like headspace in order for like to conceive.
Oh,
Maybe.
that's like barely what you said.
No. That is what I said.
No.
Not at all.
No, but play that back. That is not what he said.
You said doves can conceive.
Through a mirror. As if like if
Yeah.
you put a mirror between two doves.
I had to clickbait it.
Oh wait, you thought a mirror
Wait,
between
you
two
gotta
doves? I
make
thought
sure
you
that-
or
meant
like the
Wait.
dove looked in the mirror
Like
and
it,
like
like,
the
yeah,
mirror
can
dove.
see.
Levi,
like,
no Mickey
turned-
Mouse shit. We don't
No Mickey
clickbait
Mouse
here.
shit.
What the fuck are you doing?
So anyway, okay.
Science.
Okay, so let's set the stage for this
Trying to make
Lilypatch show. We got
clickbait.
a secret opener. Who is it? It's
It's-
again me.
McHale.
Yeah.
And I told some.
Ice Cold 3000.
I tried to do like a more family-friendly set at this show. People really took to it. I appreciate it. I'm trying to clean up my act, and yeah, I think people really like the more family-friendly jokes that I went for at this show.
Is McHale Baden the next Weird Al?
Bro, you can tell all those jokes on TV. There were no curses in them or anything.
And how do you feel about that?
What do you mean that there's no curses in my jokes?
Yeah.
I'm proud. I'm glad I got to write a clean set.
Is it like a Kanye thing?
What do you mean?
Like-
Well, no, he just censored it.
Oh.
Yo, a McHale Baden stand up with a bunch of bleeps and bloops. would be Incredible.
But it's
It'd be
like,
like the whole thing. It would kind of ruin it.
you could have like a Jeremy in the
It'd be
chorus
kinda
yelling.
funny, though.
It would be kind of. My parents like, my dad like straight up told me this, and my mom like kind of just went with it. My parents don't really believe in censorship. Like I was taught like as a kid, like it's like impolite to curse.
Yeah.
Like it's the same as like
It's like
picking your
shit
nose
teach
in
it.
public,
Yeah.
but like that's it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like it can be funny.
Yeah.
Like my parents,
Lauren thought of a funny swear word.
like
No, it's just really funny, like the idea of like telling like your 8-year-old, like, listen, you can
nah, it was
say
more like
fuck,
3.
but like twice.
I knew like I would get in trouble if I said it in front of other people, and like I didn't say it, and like my
Would-
dad would be like, "Hey, don't say that," but like I heard it.
Would you get in trouble if you said it in front of other people, but it was like really, really, really funny?
Actually, yeah, one of my siblings, the one time was describing, wasn't really an altercation, but like this kid, my mom gave my sibling and this kid a ride somewhere, but the kid was just like cursing at my sibling the whole time, and my mom was like, "What the hell is wrong with this kid?"
How old were they?
Like maybe like 8 or 9. But as my mom's like retelling this story to everybody, my sibling butts in and goes, "Yeah, he also called me a motherfucker," like in front of everybody. And like my mom was like trying so hard not to laugh, like before she can yell, and like send him upstairs. But yeah, things like that are like why.
One time, my younger brother, we grew up around college students,
Mhm.
right? So, one time my younger brother goes, "Haha, that guy just called that guy asphalt."
What?
I get it. He like misheard asshole.
Oh.
He thought it was asphalt.
No, I
You
thought you
wrote
were
that.
just saying some more random shit.
So the long Halloween party.
Back on track.
We're back on track.
I'd like to say, I want to like specify the preparation for this, because we were cramming,
Mhm.
and I would like stand in my room and like completely like astral project, just standing there playing like the riff from Don't Fear the Reaper over and over and over again for like actually like hours.
It sounded awesome. Yeah,
Thank
it
you,
sounded
thank
really
you.
cool live.
That was like the only time I've not messed it up.
People were
But-
hype as shit to be here that night.
Yeah.
It was
for
very fun.
This was
Maybe
the
a little
hottest
too
spot in
hype.
Indiana that
Yeah.
night.
Maybe a little too hype, as we'll get
Well,
into
Okay.
in a little bit. So anything weird happen during the show that we could think of?
You left a beer up there and it got knocked over.
Yeah, I did.
That was not as a big of a deal as I thought it was gonna be, so it's fine.
Usually, like, when I have a stand-up show, I get myself really anxious and I'm, like, completely sober that day. And I'm, normally when I get anxious like that is when I will have a drink or something.
Yeah.
But, like, I let myself get like that because I feel like I do better. That was the first that I did where I drank before. And it didn't go that bad. But now I'm worried that I'm going to be like, it's okay to do it again. And I'm going to have a bad set somewhere.
Well, that was the first set I drank after, and it didn't go the same.
Yeah, okay. So, Maren, how did your night go after the concert?
Oh boy. So, I feel like, and I've been thinking about it a lot. The number of shots worth of alcohol I had, right? Because I was very excited. I was gonna try to say ecstatic, but I didn't think I could say it, but I could. Anyway, I was very excited, and I was so relieved because I hadn't been drinking or really staying up late or anything like that because I was trying to like preserve my voice. So I was ready to go, and I drank too much.
Oh no.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic
Yeah, so I've been
move.
thinking about it. It's probably like 4 shots worth. Like, I've
That's-
upped the number every time
That's
for
the magic
sure.
number.
But I think, considering that I've upped the number every time,
Is it safe to say you upped the number a little too much
Yeah.
at the party?
no, listen. So I was thinking about, right, I only drank from that cranberry vodka I bought, right? And I remember seeing it, and it was about, like, a third of the way, like, empty.
Yeah.
So, like, that was what I had drank. And it's, like, the size of, like, a wine bottle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not that much.
Yeah.
That's, like, at most, like, 4 shots.
4 shots is like, I mean, like, I can't do any, like, schoolwork for the night, but I'm going to have a good time, hopefully, if I'm in the right environment. But, like, that'll put me out for the night, but.
See, for me, that's usually the case.
Yeah. So here, what went down exactly?
All right. So I remember everything. It was kind of fuzzy. I remember I was up in the attic for a little bit. That's when I started to get dizzy. So then I came downstairs. And I remember taking pictures with people on the stairs. And then I remember going to the kitchen, feeling very nauseous, and then throwing up a lot in the kitchen toilet, like a lot, for a long time.
The trusty kitchen toilet.
Yeah. Real lifesaver. I feel
That
like
thing took a pounding that night.
Yeah.
I feel like that toilet is like one of like, I don't know, man. I feel like there's
It
like
has
a random
seen
like
some
handful
shit.
of people in the world who are like very like
Intimately familiar with it.
exactly. That's exactly what I was
I'm
gonna
one of
say.
them.
My-
If you
my-
thought it got pounded that night, you should have saw it the next morning, Jeremy.
Oh. Yikes.
In the words of a friend who told me, we all bow to the porcelain god one day.
Who said that? Elvis Presley?
I don't know if my friend came up with it or was quoting someone.
I think that those were Elvis's last words.
I don't know if that's
Damn.
true. That's not true.
What did Danny Brown say? I'd die for this shit like my name was Elvis. Oh man. Okay, so the mysterious night where Maren got too drunk. Let's talk about Jeremy. You and I had a little side quest.
Yeah, we went to Sheets.
Okay, so right around when shit, I guess, started to get real bad for Maren, Maren's friend came and got me and Jeremy as we were going to Sheets, and asked to get asked me to get ginger ale and Gatorade. And I was like, of course, like I could get that. I didn't really know what was going on. It sounded like Maren got like a little sick or whatever. Wasn't feeling that great. So we left and went to Sheets. And earlier that day, Jeremy and I got Sheets for the first time. That was the second time we went to Sheets that day. And Jeremy and I both saw something on the menu that was like, you know what, like, fuck it, like, I'll try that. We tried their waffle bread.
We were not disappointed.
No, I wasn't disappointed.
That shit smacked.
In the first one. I love the McGriddle with, like, Canadian bacon, scrambled egg, and cheese. And I was looking for something like that was a little bit cheaper, a little bit more accessible. Sheets is closer than McDonald's, you know. And it wasn't the same thing, but it was close enough. It was close enough. And you got one with chicken, and it was good?
Oh, yeah.
It was good, the first one. So we went to Sheets. That we were planning on going to Sheets with the intention of buying another one of those. Jeremy's girlfriend took the two of us and Hamoudi, and we went into Sheets. But Jeremy, you didn't go into Sheets with us.
No, I had asked McHale to get me one of the chicken waffle sandwiches, and
I
was like,
said
no, like he said it in some like sarcastic, smart ass way.
Yeah, I said it like, if you want something, you gotta come inside.
But then
But I
was
meant
high,
it.
So I took him seriously.
Yeah, I did mean it. I wasn't getting Jeremy anything, but then like I kind of forgot about it because I was also trying to remember that I had to get.
I didn't take it seriously. That's why I was expecting something.
But I was serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not gonna buy Jeremy anything. I wanted a waffle bread sandwich, but I went in there and I was trying to remember. I was trying to make sure I remembered to get stuff for Maren. Bro, when I tell you Sheets did not have ginger ale or Gatorade or Powerade, and I'm like drunk, like standing there, like I thought, like I'm like no,
it's kind of crazy. I mean, people must have had like a rough Saturday.
But like I didn't see any place for it to be. I was like I must be tripping. Like there's got to be like a place where like it's all in one shelf thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like I must be just like so stupid right now because I'm drunk that I'm not seeing it. But I looked up and down that motherfucker and there was no Gatorade. Or Powerade. I had to get vitamin water, which I was like, I saw that shit and I was like, that's not gonna help. But so I got it, and I had to get 0-calorie ginger ale, which is still sitting in our fridge. It looks like an old diabetic woman came over to visit. But then I just got one waffle bread sandwich, and it was for me. But we were waiting for it, and Muhammad goes, yo, did you get Jeremy a sandwich? And I was like, no. And he goes, bro, you're kind of an asshole for that. And he was like laughing about it. And I was like, should I have gotten him a sandwich? And he was like, he asked for one.
You are kind of an asshole for that.
He did ask for one, but I said he had to come inside to get it. He literally came for the ride to Sheets and was going to sit in the car and have someone else go in for him.
I feel like it's worth noting that a couple of days ago, Levi handed me a bottle of not Powerade, vitamin water.
Uh-huh.
We were in his room, and he said, "Here, this is yours." And I
Is it orange?
Yeah, I said, "No, why would I get that? I fucking hate vitamin water. It's not mine." And he was like, "No, you don't remember."
Oh. So, I ended up getting guilt tripped by Muhammad, and I gave Jeremy the sandwich initially.
Yeah.
Because I felt bad, and I was like, I'll make something at home. So on the way back, I just went, guys, I got a weird feeling like I feel like shit's gonna be going down when we get back. Like I don't know what's gonna be happening, but like I just got a weird feeling. And everybody's like, I don't know, like yeah, kind of like the vibe is a little weird. Whatever. It just felt like one of those nights that I would just like stop for a second and I was like, I don't know, something weird's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And as we're
I believe
pulling,
experts call that moment Spidey sense.
my Spidey sense was yeah, this is a Spider-Man moment for me. And as we pull in, I say to Jeremy, I'm fully prepared to kick people out if we need to. Like I'm like salivating at the thought of getting to yell at a group of people.
I mean, and I downplayed it,
Yeah.
being the optimist.
Jeremy was like, no, there's gonna be no reason for you to kick people out.
And then
We
I
walk in
came
here.
in, and
Literally,
I discovered there was every reason to kick people out.
literally
of here.
the 9/11 of DIY show parties going on in here.
Yeah, we were at DEF CON 5.
We got a group
Before
of
a minute
people
there.
assisting Maren in the bathroom, and then just
Shout out SpongeBob.
a random. What do you mean? Oh yeah, shout out SpongeBob.
The
Shout out
girl
SpongeBob.
helping Maren
Dressed as
was
SpongeBob.
dressed as SpongeBob.
Yes.
She was-
Literally my
Yo,
savior.
if you're watching this,
Do we know
thank
her?
you.
Yeah, I know her.
Oh okay. But when I tell
Shout
you,
out to
Maren's
SpongeBob
wife.
girl real
Well,
quick.
I didn't
Here,
know her
let's-
before
let's-
then, but I know her
let's
now.
Snap for her.
Well, I met her that day. Anyway.
shout out,
Right.
we
My
know
hero.
we know her. Great now, she's a legend,
Maren was dressed as Joan of Arc.
I was dressed as Joan of Arc this entire time.
bro. There's a bunch of people in the kitchen helping Maren, and when I tell you, I look in my living room, and there's motherfuckers still just sitting there like just hanging out, and it's like. They're kind of like looking like, what's going on? Like, can
Didn't
you?
know what's going on?
But like when I look and see who stayed at our house who did not take that as a cue, like it's time to leave, I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you? Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, all right, everybody get out of here.
Like, if some shit's very clearly going down.
We're a bunch of people who like just hanging out while Maren was struggling and fighting for her life. I almost said fighting for her life in the bathroom. It's not what was. She was.
I
But
was
yeah.
very sick.
Yeah, very sick.
It was a sick show as well.
Yes, it was a good, yeah. The concert was awesome.
The night was thematically
Yeah.
solid.
I still like take it as a net positive.
I also.
I mean, we
think
had
that,
we had some losses.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like personally, like that was a very good night.
Yeah, I agree. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
every show we've had here has been like a great night.
That night was our best yet.
But there's
We're
always
leveling
been
up,
like
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
some sort of travesty.
We're improving with
Yeah,
every
during my
party.
show, as I was running down the steps, I got really excited, and I jumped up, and I slammed my head into the wall, and I had a abrasion on my head that scarred. It was bleeding during the show, and I didn't know if I was concussed. I don't think I was. I haven't had foggy brain or dropped to the ground or anything,
And
so I think I'm good.
to follow it up, we put on the show, right, where I wrote a play, Maren wrote a play.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Oh, we're jumping all around now.
Well, this is the
I
second
think it's
verse.
ours.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so then halfway through the play, one of the things we did was one of our friends, Bane, was gonna run from the
Well,
audience.
wait. This is jumping ahead. This is what I'm saying.
No, this is.
Was this-
after the stand-up and
This
before
was after the stand.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We haven't released it yet, but
Sorry, I forgot about this.
yeah, and so he runs up from the audience onto stage to join the characters of play, and he takes out Maren was in it. She had the better view. He takes out half the scenery. He just slips and wipes out, breaks the thing.
There was a wooden railing that was a prop from some other show, and he fell right through it. It didn't split or anything. It was
was two
fixable
pieces.
and it was fixed.
I got really
but
embarrassed.
it was intense.
When that happened. I was one of 10 people in the crowd, and I fucking lost it. But I was laughing so loud, and I don't think anybody else was.
Well, Maren plays a security guard, and Isaac's character is supposed to start beef with the security guards. So I told Isaac, just when we practiced it through with Maren and Isaac one time.
Uh-huh.
We only did one practice with the full cast.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Isaac, Maren is a top-level actor. Feel free to just, she's got it. Like, she might not look that tough, but just play your role to the most accurate you can. Like, you will do anything to stop this. Just method act the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
He said, all right, he's on board. And he did more beautifully than I could have imagined, I think.
You lied to him.
Damn, he
That's
hit a
okay.
devious lick.
It was
Isaac hit a
really
devious
funny,
lick
though.
over half the stage. Now listen.
It was really, really
Love you.
funny.
Well, since we're telling this story Quentin Tarantino style, jumping all around, back to Maren throwing up in the bathroom.
Yeah, so that was like this.
So
so
that's
after
still
that.
going on.
This was not at the same time.
This was after. This was not the same day as the story just told. This was at the band.
Third event
concert.
going awry.
So Maren is throwing up in the bathroom, and I'm standing there, and then there's chatter of calling an ambulance.
I heard that too.
The ambulance is going off in my head. Don't do that. That's like $3,000 or $4,000 onto a medical bill. And Maren, we love you. We want to see that and make sure that you're safe. But like, that's fucked up to be like, all right, like she could just deal with the $4,000 later. So I was not gonna let them call an ambulance.
That was not necessary.
And then they were like getting mad at me because I said, don't call an ambulance.
Bro, ambulances are death taxis, bro.
Yeah, and they're like fucking $4,000.
McHale, the harbinger of debt.
I bet you could call like an Uber and they get to you quicker.
Dude, that
They
would
get
be
you
like
to the hospital
right?
quicker.
Dead ass.
Do you know that when Cameron, Killer Cam, was shot, he drove himself to the hospital in his pink Lamborghini?
That's kind of badass. That's some like,
Damn.
I could see Method Man doing some shit like that. But yeah, so Maren, you went to the hospital. You did go to the hospital. We got you out of here. So as they were carrying Maren out, I noticed Jeremy had not yet eaten the chicken sandwich. And I said, hey, are you going to eat the chicken sandwich? And Jeremy's like, I don't think I could really eat right now. Well, I could. So
Yeah,
I was
I
standing
was
there as
beside
Maren was
myself.
getting carried out of our house. I literally like stood there and was eating the waffle bread chicken sandwich. As they
different?
It-
Did it hit
No,
different?
it was terrible. That was the thing. It was so dry.
But like, if I hadn't gone through all of that, that thing would have been gone.
What do you mean if you hadn't gone through all of that, bro?
What did you go through, Jeremy?
Like watching my friend under such duress, like that's scary
That didn't
as
make you want to
shit.
stress eat?
No.
That's
I
exactly what I
couldn't
was doing.
stomach
It was directly related
I
to
was too
Maren.
anxious.
Maren
Me
is the
eating the
reason
sandwich
McHale
had
ate the
everything to do with
sandwich.
Maren.
Maren's the reason he ate the sandwich, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
You heard it here first. There, McHale had no other motive.
That was some Seinfeld shit. That was like the real life version
Damn,
of the Juji fruit.
George
Like,
gets fans over here.
no, it was an Elaine moment. That's why I think I'm Elaine, because that was an Elaine moment. The
Who's
Juji
Maren?
fruit. What?
Who's Maren?
George.
But I'm
No,
like, I am
Maren's
the
Kramer.
most similar to Elaine. Like like in person, and
Yeah.
like the problems I run into, like that, like are like the Seinfeld-esque problems, are things where it's like, man, like I could have made a different decision and that wouldn't happen, and that's kind of like always Elaine's stories.
I feel like she's the best character. on
She's my
Seinfeld.
favorite character. All right,
I've never seen it.
but yeah, so Maren, you went to the hospital. Did you make it out all right?
Well, okay, listen. They gave me an IV, and I started to like wake up.
Did they do anything? Like, did they give you?
I think they gave me an IV, and they gave me some like nausea medication, and then they left me in there for like 6 hours with Rhea. And Rhea didn't know when she was allowed to leave. They also like hooked up some sort of like monitors to like my chest and stuff, like like the sticky things with the tubes. And I had a little finger one. But yeah, and Rhea didn't know like what to do. She was just like kind of didn't like know she was allowed to leave or what she should do, and it was like hours. And I started to wake up, and she like noticed I was starting to come to, and she was like, "How are you feeling?" And I guess I said, "How the fuck do you think I'm feeling, Rhea?" and then started laughing. Yeah, and then she went home to get some rest because like they wanted to keep me there, and there was a point where I was just in there and nobody came in at all for like 3 hours. I was just like bored because I was awake and I couldn't fall back asleep. So I have like Walden in my backpack for some reason. So I read like a page of that, but I was still kind of dizzy. And I like really had to pee. And I like didn't know what to do because like I was like hooked up to like a machine. And so eventually I started like taking like the finger monitor thing off, and then the monitor would beep like I no longer have a pulse.
Nobody came in.
Nothing happened. Nobody came in.
He didn't give a fuck.
Then I messed around with it, like tapping it and stuff and making the heartbeat go all like weird, and still nothing happened. It just kept like beeping. And so
Damn.
eventually I just kind of unstuck the things for my body because I had to pee. So I took them off, and like no one still came or anything. All this stuff.
What?
You had produced an album, a full album in bed.
Yeah, that was me. Anyway, yeah, and I just went outside, which, by the way, I could hear the nurses who were sitting outside, like, on, like, maybe they weren't nurses, maybe they were just, like, staff who were on, like, patrol duty or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I could hear them sitting outside talking about me, like, the whole time, like, gossiping. Like, she just needs to go home, like, blah, 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 everyone gets drunk in college. Like, I was like,
Wait,
anyway.
like, right after you guys left, we were all, like, sitting in the living room really worried, and Muhammad goes, I think if they just put her to bed, she'd be okay.
Oh
I was
Why?
like, bro, you were literally the one that, like, put her in the car.
I mean, turns out he wasn't, like...
I mean, we didn't know
wrong.
that.
He wasn't far off.
We
but
didn't
yeah.
know that.
Well, to be fair, I only felt better once they gave me, like, the IV
Yeah.
with, like, water and
True,
nausea
yeah.
medication. Prior to that, it was pretty grim. I feel like it was a good call, all in all.
Yeah. And it's always, like, better safe than sorry, like Forrest Gump says, I think, right?
And
He
my
probably said
one,
that.
I talked to my one friend about this. He was one of the people that was like still here when we came back.
You can name drop first name if it's
my friend Justin.
Mhm.
So when I talked to him about it, he was like, "Wow, that actually makes me feel a lot safer at your house at these parties because of how well everyone handled the whole situation. Because like the second that you heard some shit was happening, house cleared out,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Do you know how
everyone
long
was
I've been
like-
waiting to do that?
No, I
It's
also...
a dream come true for this man.
I used to do that shit all the time at my
that
old house.
that was like the first thing he said, like
I-
as he cleared the house. Like the first thing he said was him remarking at how long he's waited for that.
At my old house when we'd have a party. Well, there's one specific time. It was like 2:30 in the morning. People were still at my house, and I'm like, I don't want to be rude and be the one to kick people out because one of my roommates was like, this was their friend time or I don't know. But I was like, all right, everybody, I'm going to bed, and I was the one on aux. Went on my Spotify that's still playing music. Thrift shop, thrift shop, thrift shop, thrift shop, thrift shop, thrift shop, thrift shop. Kids Bop, thrift shop, thrift shop, thrift shop, thrift shop. One can't hold us, thrift shop, thrift shop. Then I went to bed. I just was
Genius.
like, I was wondering just like how long will it take people to notice?
Do you know? Or did you just...
Well,
never
no, I
find
went to
out?
bed. That's like the Andy Kaufman bit of the joke is I didn't even like stick around to see what would happen. I just did it to people.
Honestly,
It's
at
more
that point, it doesn't
situational.
matter.
Yeah, it's more
Fuck it.
situational.
It's existential
Let
humor.
them take the psychic damage of hearing thrift shop like
What?
10 times if they're dumb enough to stay for that.
Can you imagine like it's been playing for like 90 minutes and you're like, damn, thrift shop is a really long song.
Do you know that when you give rats like the option to like push a button with water or a button that plays thrift shop, they'll like die of dehydration
What?
just listening to thrift shop.
What?
And
What?
Anyway, what I was going to say before you guys started talking about thrift shop for a really long time was that
What?
was that the next morning I also got a text from like one of my bandmates that said like, you because I had texted them to like kind of let them know I was okay, and he said like, you know, you have really good friends, like I'm glad to hear you're okay, but like just so you know. And I thought that was very nice, and it made me feel very grateful.
Aww.
Thank you.
Mar, we love you,
I love you too.
We're
Shannon.
glad you're safe.
Oh, thank
little
you.
rat.
She's a big friend of the show.
So this
True.
Friday, Jeremy, you're gonna like
Ooh.
Die.
get hit by a car, skateboard to the dick,
Could be a dog attack.
a dog attack maybe like somebody opens the door and a fucking just rabid dog just
Oh, I raised you one.
like in a Christmas
grand
story when they eat
piano
the
falling
turkey.
on my foot.
It's the headliner every time.
Well,
Why is
and
it really
yeah,
bad?
No,
we're,
he-
we're not
Yes,
naming
he
names
was.
here.
Let's be real.
Nah,
Jeremy causes a crowd surge.
bro. I was making this movie with Jeremy the other day, and the craziest fucking thing happened. Let me tell you. So
What
we're
happened?
setting up this prop gun, right? But you'll.
Oh shit.
Okay, that's.
He
not
said,
funny.
"I am not doing another take."
This,
All
this
right.
happened to my buddy Jeremy once.
So
I
I-
got shot in the ass with a prop gun.
I think we could wrap it up
Just
there.
square in the middle,
that's,
too.
No, that's really funny, Jeremy. That's anyway.
Stand-up comedian Jeremy, yay!
Woo!
Yay!
We're trying it out again. It worked
Round
the
two.
first time, kinda.
Did it?
It was all right.
Bro, I
Alright.
have to say
It was
I
all
did.
right.
I told my brother that story about like the show and how you went up there and did stand up for like 10 minutes after they told you to wrap it up. And it was really funny.
Well, every time I'd be like,
The
It was
Chad
really
Jeremy.
Funny. No, it was like really funny.
I just want to say Jeremy went up and was up there for like 17 minutes. I literally said to Jeremy, just go up and do like opening remarks. And
Whoops.
Jeremy was like, how long is that? Like 5-6 minutes? And I was like, maybe like 2-3. And Jeremy did
And I took
17.
17.
Jeremy,
Like
to be
the-
fair,
like a king.
you did exactly what I would have done.
He's taking any shot he's given to the fullest.
I remember going to a show where I was
Fucking right.
opening for the comedian, and he was like a I guess a little bit more well known than me, regional comedian. And he was like, we had just met like that night of the show, and like I was like just joking around with him, and I made him laugh, and he was like, "How many minutes did I say you should take?" And I was like, "I think you said like 5," and he goes, "Take 10, take 10," and I was like, "Okay, I was gonna," but then he was like, I was gonna do like 15 minutes, but like he gave me 15 minutes anyway, but I was gonna take it anyway.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was not letting this man control me like that. But anyway, I mean, that's the story. Maren didn't die.
No, I didn't die. Also, Lilypatch, my band, we're gonna do another show soon, probably. So
Look
keep
out
your,
for it.
if you know where to look, keep your eye out for updates.
If you know where to look, I like that. It's an open secret.
Exactly.
If school taught me one thing, it's I keep my eyes on my own paper.
You don't have eyes, bro.
You right.
You don't have money either.
Oh!
Out of school.
Tough
One out of
talk
3
for
ain't
somebody
bad.
whose parents were too poor to afford an abortion.
Oh! I was wanted.
Speaking of which, one of Martin's bandmates actually had J. Cole as his #1 artist. Shout out.
What did that have to do with anything?
It is. I thought it was really funny thing to
shout
say.
out.
No, but what did that have to do with parents getting abortions?
I hope he's watching it.
It's a fun.
It doesn't have
musical
anything to do with
fact.
that.
Why'd you say speak? Anyway,
I don't know why he said that.
there's a subscribe
McHale
button down there.
short-circuiting.
There's a subscribe button
It's
down there.
Down there. Click that shit.
There's a.
Smash that subscribe button.
Can I do my outro, please? All these buttons down here, click them all. We got more podcasts coming in the future for the Open Secret. This is everybody here, thanks for listening.
Yeah.